welcome to the video. Today our topic is English and the world. There are several factors that makes the English language essential to communicate the people that are living in all around the world. And we will discuss some of them factors about English is the international common tongue. First of all, English is the most common foreign language. This means that two people who come from different countries, for example, a Mexican and a Sri Lankan, usually use English as a common language to communicate. That is why everyone needs to learn the language in order to get in touch on an international level. Speaking it well help you communicate with people from countries all over the world, not just English speaking ones. And the second is education. English is also necessary for the field of education. In many countries, children are taught and encouraged to learn English as a second language. Even in countries where it is not an official language, we will find many curriculums in science, engineering, and higher education field are written in English because it is the dominant language in the science. Most of the research and studies you find in any given scientific field will be written in it is all. And number third is the internet and press. On the internet, the majority of websites are written and created in English. Even sites in other languages often give you the option to translate the site. It is the primary language of the press. More newspaper and books are written in English than in any other language, and no matter where in the world you are, you will find some of these books and newspaper available. In fact, because it is so dominant in international communication, you will find more information regarding nearly every subject if you can speak this language. And the number fourth is resources make learning English easy. Although many people think that it is very difficult and confusing, English is actually the easiest language of the world to learn because there are so many resources available. As soon as you decide you want to learn, there are thousands of resources on the internet and in bookstores available. And the number five is travel and business. With good understanding and communication in English, we can travel around the globe because it is the international language for foreigners. It is easy to get assistance and help in every part of the world. We can test it by online travel, any travel booking sites, and we can find will have English as a booking option also. And the other more global companies such as Airbus, fast retaining Nokia, Renault, Samsung, SAP, Technicolor, and Microsoft in Beijing have mandated English as their official corporate language. In addition, in 2010, the company Rakuten, a Japanese cross between Amazon and eBay, made it mandatory for their 7,100 Japanese employees to be able to speak English. And the number next is the language of Hollywood. Most movies are in English. Everyone knows that Hollywood in the United States and that the biggest television and music industries in the world are based there. As I mentioned above, TV and movies are a great way to practice your English. Once you start learning what is more, knowing English opens up thousands of movies, television shows, and games for your enjoyment. If you want to work in the entertainment industry, English is even more essential. And the number next is seven. Speaking English gives you the access to a world of entertainment. Many of the world's top films, books, and music are published and produced in English. Therefore, by learning English, we will have access to a great wealth of entertainment and will be able to have a great cultural understandings. If we speak English, we would not need to rely on translation and subtitles anymore to enjoy your favorite books, songs, films, and TV shows, etc. And number next is it helps to understand to other languages. English has a long and fascinating history that spans war, invasions, and influences from around the globe. Cultures that have helped shape modern English includes Romans, Vikings, and the French. For this reason, it is a hybrid language comprised of Latin, Germanic, and Romance elements. And then our next nine is we can say things in 100 different ways. On the English best assets, its flexibility. We can often find many different ways to explain the same thing thanks to its wide range of vocabulary. It is said to have we will have 7,500 words depending a bit on how we count. Some generous estimate put that number at 1 million, and it is adding new ones every year, as mentioned in the article about the history of English language. And the number next and is non-native English speakers who learn it as a second language often comment and how ways they are to say things. That is because English does not discriminate. You can use it however you like. Countries like Singapore have taken this concept to heart, inventing an entirely new type of English called Singlish that has abstract facets of other languages like Chinese and Malay. And the number next and the last is it is easy to learn. This is generally accepted that the English is not the most taxing language to get the grips with. The vocabulary is simple to grasp and has developed through different languages, and regarding its evolution that is explained in the article about the history of the English language. Therefore, many speakers of these languages can speak where concepts in English originated from the fast adapt or understand the basics of English. And to sum up the topic, English is one of the most used and dominating languages in the world. This is having its impact on every field of work. Undoubtedly, English play a much greater role in the world that is inevitable for people to ignore it fully. It has a bright future. It helps connect us in a global village, and it can also help us in our personal and professional life. Although learning English can be challenging and time consuming, we can see that it is also very valuable to learn and can create many opportunities for us. So put your views and ideas in the comment box, will be appreciated.